An epic journey to Mozambique. Officially, the Republic of Mozambique is a country located in southeastern Africa, bordered by the Indian Ocean to the east, Tanzania to the north, Malawi and Zambia to the northwest, Zimbabwe to the west, and Eswatini and South Africa to the southwest. The sovereign state is separated from the Comoros, Mayotte, and Madagascar by the Mozambique Channel to the east. The capital and largest city is Maputo, Kosi Bay border post. This is the border between South Africa and Mozambique. This point is on the South African side, near Kosi Bay. The border is approximately 630 kilometers from Johannesburg, and 460 kilometers from Durban, and is open 7 days a week, and borders the Ponta do Ouro border post in Mozambique. Ponta do Ouro border post. This is the border between Mozambique and South Africa. Situated within Maputo province, in Mozambique, is considered one of the best border posts between South Africa and Mozambique. On the South African side, there is the Kosi Bay border post. A 4x4 vehicle is recommended for traveling from the Ponta do Ouro border to the nearby resort in Mozambique, as the roads are still underdeveloped and public transport is scarce. The Maputo River, also called Great Usadu River, Lusutfu River, or Suthu River, is a river in South Africa, Eswatini, and Mozambique. The name Suthu refers to Basotho people who lived near the source of the river, but were attacked and displaced by Swazis. It is also said to mean dark brown, a description of the river's muddy water. The river rises near Amsterdam, Mpumalanga, South Africa, and flows easterly through Eswatini, where it enters the Libombo Mountains. The 13 km gorge forms the boundary between Eswatini and South Africa. For approximately 20 kilometers, it forms the border between South Africa, province of KwaZulu-Natal, and Mozambique. There, in the Ndimo Game Reserve, it absorbs its largest tributary, the Pongola River. It then meanders through the Mozambican coastal plain and empties into southern Maputo Bay, some 85 kilometers downstream. Bela Vista. This is a quaint riverside village ideally located en route to popular holiday destinations of Maputo, Ponta do Ouro, Santa Maria, Inhaca Island, and is only 27 kilometers from the entrance to Maputo Elephant Reserve. Ponta do Ouro, also Ponta Douro, is a town in the extreme south of Mozambique, lying on the Mozambique Channel, south of Maputo, and just north of the border with South Africa. The name is Portuguese for tip of gold, referring to a cape at the southern part of the beach. It is known for its beach, dolphins, offshore diving and deep-sea fishing. The currency is the medical, but the South African rand and the US dollar are also accepted. Shopping is very limited in Ponta. There is a petrol station, bank, pharmacy, hardware stores, bottle stores, and other small shops in town. Fresh bread can be purchased at the local market. Basic food items like vegetables, fruits can be purchased at this market. No luxurious items are available anywhere in Ponta do Ouro. Holiday accommodation is readily available. There are 3 to 4 modern and comfortable resorts in Ponta, on the beachfront and surrounding areas. Other resorts date from pre-war, and although quite primitive with limited facilities, are very popular with tourists due to reasonable pricing and excellent location on the beachfront. It is commonly referred to as Ponta by visiting South Africans. Ponta do Ouro is about 15 kilometers away from the South African border, and about 130 kilometers south of Maputo. With the new road connecting Maputo to Ponta do Ouro, the travel lasts about 1 hour. The Maputo-Cape Bay Bridge is a suspension bridge across Maputo Bay in southern Mozambique. The bridge connects the Mozambican capital Maputo, on the northern bank, with its disjunct suburb of Cape Bay on the southern bank. Construction work began in 2014 and the bridge officially opened November 10, 2018. The construction work was carried out by the Chinese China Road and Bridge Corporation. A large part of the project is financed by loans from the Chinese Exim Bank. The bridge is the longest suspension bridge on the African continent, replacing the Matadi Bridge, completed in 1983 in the Democratic Republic of Congo, for this distinction. The idea of a bridge over the Bay of Maputo, analogous to 25 Abril Bridge over the Tagus in Lisbon, had already been planned for many years. In 1989, the World Bank financed the urbanization plan for Maputo, which included the construction of a bridge. It was only thanks to the end of the Civil War, the numerous investments in the course of the gas and oil boom, and the associated strong economic upturn in Mozambique that the Mozambican government was able to tackle the project. The government opened an expression of interest procedure in November 2008. Following a visit by the then Portuguese Prime Minister José Sócrates in 2010, financing by the Portuguese state was originally planned. However, due to the country's massive financial and budgetary crisis, the commitment could not be fulfilled. After a visit by Mozambican President Armando Guebuza to the People's Republic of China in August 2011, both countries agreed on financing of the project by China. The first preparatory construction work began in June 2014, after some delays especially in the resettlement of residents in the Maputo neighborhood of Malanga. The bridge was inaugurated on November 15, 2018. The 4-lane suspension bridge is 3,041 meters long, and crosses the bay at a height of 60 meters. The northern viaduct, Foreland Bridge, is 1,097 meters long, approximately S-shaped, and is connected to the Process 16 to Junho roundabout, connected to the EN1, EN2, EN4 highways, in the Maputo neighborhood of Malanga. The southern viaduct is 1,264 meters long and consists of precast elements. It is directly connected to the road to Ponta do Ouro. I went to Polana Plaza Hotel in Maputo. The Polana Plaza is practical and modern architecture, details that require your attention when it is required, professional services and much more. Set in Maputo, 2.5 kilometers from Maputo City Hall, Polana Plaza Hotel offers accommodation with a fitness center, free private parking, a terrace and a restaurant. The accommodation provides a 24-hour front desk, airport transfers, room service and free Wi-Fi. The hotel will provide guests with air-conditioned rooms with a desk, a kettle, a minibar, a safety deposit box, a flat-screen TV and a private bathroom with a shower. The units feature a wardrobe. The daily breakfast offers buffet, a la carte, or continental options. National Money Museum Maputo is 3.4 kilometers from Polana Plaza Hotel, while Joaquim Chissano International Conference Center is 3.4 kilometers away. The nearest airport is Maputo International Airport, 7 kilometers from the accommodation. The Cathedral of Our Lady of the Immaculate Conception is a Roman Catholic cathedral in downtown Maputo, the capital of Mozambique. The cathedral is located on Praça da Independencia, Independence Square, next to Hotel Rovuma, and Maputo City Hall. It is dedicated to Our Lady of the Immaculate Conception. The foundation stone for the construction of the church was laid on June 28, 1936, and is located inside the narthex and inscribed by the Bishop of Mozambique and Cape Verde, D. Rafael Maria da Assunção. Construction on the cathedral was completed in 1944. My tour guide Callisto Mutum Jr. took me through the history about apostolic visit of St. John Paul II to Mozambique, in September 1985. John Paul II calls for peace in war-torn Mozambique. Maputo, Mozambique, September 16, Pope John Paul II, arriving to one of his biggest welcomes in recent memory, appealed to the Mozambican government today to grant more freedom to his church, so they could work together to end poverty, and 10 years of civil war between Maputo and right-wing guerrillas. Maputo City Hall or Municipal Council building of Maputo is the seat of the local government of the capital of Mozambique. The neoclassical building is located at the head of Praça da Independencia, and was erected in 1947. José Maria da Silva Cardoso, the mayor of Lourenço Marques, as Maputo was known in the colonial period, opened an architecture competition for a new city hall in the 1930s. The need for a new city hall was spurred by the ongoing growth of the colonial city. The Portuguese-Brazilian architect Carlos César dos Santos won the competition in 1938. In 1941, the new mayor, Francisco dos Santos Pinto Teixeira, started construction works on the new building, which was built facing onto Praça Muzinho de Albuquerque, renamed Praça da Independencia in 1975. It was finished in 1947. The Samora Machel statue is a bronze sculpture located in the center of Praça da Independencia in Maputo, Mozambique. The statue depicts Samora Machel, 1933 to 1986, military, revolutionary, and the first president of Mozambique. The statue was designed and constructed in Pyongyang, North Korea by the Mansudae Overseas Projects, an arm of the Mansudae Art Studio. It stands 9 meters, 30 feet, and weighs 4.8 tons. The statue sits on a marble slab 2.7 meters, 8.9 feet, high at the head of Samora Machel Avenue, and is illuminated at night. Inaugurated in 1995 on the ruins of the old Hotel Clube built in 1896, the Centro Cultural Franco Moçambicano, CCFM, is certainly one of the most beautiful buildings that make up the French cultural network abroad, with an emblematic style of iron architecture inherited from the era Vitoriana, which makes it stand out among the buildings classified as cultural and architectural heritage in Mozambique. Casa de Ferro, better known as the Iron House, is a unique and historic building that was built in the capital city of the Republic of Mozambique, Maputo. Prefabricated in Belgium, and later brought in Mozambique, Casa de Ferro was built in 1892, according to the design of Gustave Eiffel. As it was built at first on another location, nowadays this interesting structure is located on the Samora Machel Avenue. In the past, the Portuguese government wanted the governor of the colony to have a residence where he would work and live. However, it was not thought that the metal building without air condition would be almost impossible to live and work in. I went inside the iron house to check the temperature, and it is unbearably hot. Slow journey through the Tunduru Botanical Gardens area to discover its cultural expressions. Tunduru Botanical Gardens is located in the center of Maputo, and it is the largest botanical garden in Mozambique. These gardens were created in 1885. Among other things, there is a statue of the first Mozambican president Samora Machel. These gardens were designed by Thomas Hani, who also designed gardens for the King of Greece, and the Turkish Sultan in his career. They provide shade before the hot summer days, and you can spend a few hours of peace and quiet here. It is also a fantastic picnic place. There is also a tennis court for sports lovers. These are the fruits bats found in Tunduru Botanical Gardens, where they spend a lot of time hanging upside down in trees or caves with other members of the same species. They are appropriately named because they only eat fruits and plant parts. Many species, however, are currently threatened by hunting and habitat loss. The Mercado Central de Maputo, the Maputo Central Market in English, is a market in the center of Mozambique's capital city of Maputo. It is well known for its design, which dates back to around 1900. The market is also called the Bazaar de Baixa, downtown bazaar. A large entrance portal with a small tower formed the central access to a large, covered market hall. Small arched niches provided space for fixed sales facilities. To the north, Mendes designed an adjacent open market space. On September 19, 1903, the 18 stalls of the market, consisting of 6 butchers, 6 grocers, 3 fruit shops, 2 bakeries and a bar, were sold. The building was opened on 30th of September as Mercado Municipal Vasco da Gama in honor of the Portuguese navigator and explorer Vasco da Gama. Maputo, a cosmopolitan city, almost without belonging to anyone, is now everyone's, especially in places where the shadows, the portrait of social dilemmas in urban space, did not let you see the glow of the streets that were even declared historic areas. Long were the times in the shadows and monotony. But there's the rainbow announcing new routines. Bring Back Maputo is the name given to the initiative that aims to revive Maputo. The Central Railway Station is a historic train station in Maputo, Mozambique. Administered by Mozambique Ports and Railways, it is on the CFM Sul line, which links to South Africa, Eswatini, and Zimbabwe. It was constructed from 1908 to 1916 in the Beaux-Arts style. Widely recognized for its attractiveness, the station has been ranked by international publications as one of the world's most beautiful. In addition to serving as an active train terminus, the station contains a rail museum, food venues, and holds music events. The first train station in Maputo, then known as Lourenço Marques, was a modest structure, built of wood and zinc, and inaugurated in 1895 by Paul Kruger, President of the South African Republic. Plans to construct the current railway station to replace the old one date to 1904. The Caminhos de Ferro de Moçambique, the parastatal agency overseeing railroads in Portuguese Mozambique, included $400,000 in its 1906 to 1907 budget for the construction of the new station. Initial plans were drawn up by Mario Veiga, a government architect at the Directorate of Public Works, along with Alfredo Augusto Lisboa de Lima. In 1906, the plans and budget were sent to the Portuguese government in Lisbon for approval. There, significant changes to the plans were made. The final plans provided for a building that was architecturally inspired by the main terminus in Johannesburg, but with a grander facade. The long, metal railway platform was inaugurated on March 19, 1907. Construction on the building began in 1908. The project was overseen by the firm Buchalato e Irmão. The station, built of baked brick and cement, was inaugurated on March 19, 1910, in an informal ceremony attended by Governor-General Alfredo Augusto Freire de Andrade. Work on the building resumed in 1913 with a project to adorn the facade and construct the dome. The dome, often incorrectly attributed to Gustave Eiffel, was in fact designed by José Ferreira da Costa and executed by the Johannesburg-based firm Evans & Plows. Production of the dome was carried out in South Africa, rather than the United Kingdom, due to difficulties imposed by the ongoing World War I. The ornamentation of the building's facade was designed and executed by Pietro Buffa Buchalato. The second phase of construction, including the new dome and facade, was completed in 2016. The Fort Nossa Senhora de Conceição of Lourenço Marques, nowadays known as the Maputo Fortress, is located at Praça 25 de Junho and represents one of the main historical monuments of the city of Maputo, former Lourenço Marques, in Mozambique. It has a square floor plan, built in reddish stone masonry. It has only one access gate that opens onto a central courtyard, also with a square layout, to which, in turn, the various rooms that make up the building open. In this courtyard currently stands the equestrian statue of Muzinho de Albuquerque, which, before the independence of Mozambique, stood in front of the municipality of Lourenço Marques. It houses a statue of Muzinho de Albuquerque. Here also lie the mortal remains of Gungunana, transferred from Terceira Island, in the Azores, in 1985. Fortress of Maputo was originally built of wood in 1787. In 1811 the wall towards the sea was erected in stone. A plan of 1851 shows that the whole fortress was now made of stone. In its present form, it is a renovation and part reconstruction following a 1945 proposal of Joaquim Ariel Silva of the Direção de Monumentos Nacionais. The complete work was inaugurated newly in 1956. The two battlements of the landside and the connecting wall are mostly original. Inside there are many remains from fortresses around the country, including the dismantled fort of Sofala, cannon and other historic objects. There is a coffin carved by Paulo Cum containing the remains of Ngungunana, king of Gaza who died in 1906, and the statue of his Victor Muzinho de Albuquerque who had ironically died even earlier in 1902 by his own hand. His statue was originally erected in 1940s in front of the municipal council, where we see the statue of Samora Machel today. Leopoldo Simoes e Almeida was the sculptor. Also there is a statue of Antonio Enes by Teixeira Lopes, which was originally on the square in front of the fort.